What's up, everybody? Today's episode not gonna be super long or anything. We're gonna be taking a trip up to the farm, checking some cameras, trying to clean some debris out of the trails. If there's any to clean out, it'll just be myself today, so we're limited on resources, but we're gonna see what we can get done. Just got off work, leaving the station now, so yep. So we're going to go ahead and cue the intro now. Alright, just got out of Walmart. Decided to pick up some of this dirt attractant, dried molasses stuff, and some of the liquid apple crushed. In Virginia, I can't put this out drawing season, but I can put it out up to like the first weekend of September or something like that. So I figured I'd throw it out there and, hey, we'll see what we get. Alright, well, we just got to the farm, so I am going to go in here and get side by side out, and we're going to get everything ready, and we're going to go start checking some cameras and go from there. And we're going to scratch that plan because the doors are locked and I don't have any keys to get into the garage, so we will not be getting the side by side out. We'll just have to take the truck and may have to walk into some places, but hey, a little hard work ain't that bad. So we're gonna get set up. I'm gonna take my Crocs off and put my shoes on, and we're gonna get out there and start doing some work. Alright, walking up to our first camera down here at the corner of this peanut field. Skeeters are out today, jeez. This is one of the food plots that we had put in earlier in the year. It's doing okay. I think it mainly got overrun by a lot of this crabgrass crap that grows up in this area, but there's still some of the food plot here. There's still some clover and stuff, so I think the deer are still eating on it. So we're going to check this camera and we'll see what we got. Alright, we are back in the truck now. I am hooking up the card to the computer and we're gonna see what we got on here. Let's see here. Well, we don't have anything on this card. We had the same issue last time I came up here, and I thought it was just a fluke thing. Oh, the card didn't work or something. I'm not sure if we have a corrupted SD card or exactly what the issue is. Oh, that's a big old horsefly. What the issue is, but I guess I'm gonna have to replace this camera with something else and try to figure out why this card is not working. Got some muscadines right there. Looks like all the deer have eaten all of these, but there's still some up there they can't quite reach. This is a sign of the changing of the season. So I am excited about this. Fall is in the air. It's coming. It's getting here. There's some tracks right there. Tracks all over this place, actually. We ain't had a lot of rain lately, so some more muscadines, man. I mean, this whole place is just nothing but muscadines right here. All muscadine vines. Let me zoom out so you can see. Yep, all that's muscadines. And they're all over the ground right here. And these are peanuts. This whole field, and nothing but peanuts. So the deer definitely have plenty of foraging stuff right here on this edge of this field. And typically, I mean, look at that right there. Oh my goodness. I got to taste test that right there. Yep. God, I love muscadines. Those are pretty good. Oh yeah. And let me show you this. Right there. Trail coming out. And got this muscadine right here. I think I'm gonna take me another one. Alright. We'll continue our walk. So we have a camera in here a little way. Sorry, thought I heard something walking in the woods. I did, but it was running, so who knows. But we have a camera set up on this edge of this field, and the intent was we were gonna put a tree stand somewhere in this general area off of one of these trees right here, and we put a camera up a little bit further down because there's a little trail that comes out right there. So we put a camera down here. So we gotta get that camera today. And I always forget where it is. So once I find this camera, I'll check back with y'all. I mean, look at this place. I'm over here still trying to find this stupid camera. I need to tie some flagging up or something. But I mean, the turkeys have been tearing this place up. I got a feather right there. All kinds of scratchings. You go down that way a little ways, there's a bunch of scratchings. So the turkeys are definitely up in here. There's another scratching area right up here. We'll walk up to. I mean, I knew the turkeys were in here, but like there. Oh, there's a spider web. They're definitely showing a lot of sign right now, which is good. It's a good thing. But I mean, all this right in here, they've been scratching up a little bit. But over there is definitely probably the heaviest scratch area. But yeah, I just want to show that to y'all. Alright, after about 10-15 minutes of searching, I finally found the stupid camera. I do this every time I go into the woods too soon, because the 3 trees we talked about putting a tree stand on are way up there, probably about 15-20 yards, but we put the camera down here, so it always like screws me up. But I finally am at the camera, so we're gonna pull this card and see what has been coming through, if anything, because this camera, the batteries were low and I didn't bring batteries last time, so we're gonna see if we even got anything. But I mean, as you can tell with the ground, this is the main area right here that they come in and out of. Is this trail right here, the most used trail, which is why we put the camera there. But where we're talking about putting a stand, there's 3 trees up here a little ways that right here puts you within a 30-yard shot if you were to put the stand right here on one of those 3 trees down to that spot or out in this field. It's also really the only trees really on the edge of the field that are also in the woods. But anyways, we'll take this back to the truck, check this camera, pull the other camera that's not working, and we'll catch you in a little bit. Alright, well, we are 0 for 2 cameras. I'm assuming the batteries just have crapped out. I mean, they've been up here since May, and we haven't had to change the batteries. They've been doing great. So I figured right before hunting season, about time for the batteries to start going out. So I was hoping for at least a couple pictures. We've got enough pictures throughout from May to now, or the last time I checked it 3 weeks ago. We have enough pictures to know that there are deer consistently coming through this side of the property. They are definitely using this as like a passageway, and they are coming out into that field and feeding off of the peanuts and stuff. While I was going to pull the cameras, I didn't end up bringing the phone, or I would have showed y'all, but I found a bunch of spots. Like, they weren't big, they were only like maybe 3 or 4 peanut bushes wide, where it looked like bear prints, but where the bear had come in there, basically wallowed around in the peanuts and then just sat there and ate them. There was a couple big spots, and there was one really big spot that was probably 6 foot by 8, but then there was a couple smaller spots that were only like a couple bushes wide, not super big. So we're gonna go ahead and take the truck and run back here to the back side of the property, and check the camera on the back field, and then we'll go over to the swamp plot and we'll put down this mineral stuff and see if we got any pictures. So here we are at the back field. I'll give y'all like a big old overview. They got cotton planted in this field right now, and so they'll come through later this year and they'll harvest it. So food source wise, you know, deer will eat it, but it's probably not their favorite thing, at least from what I've noticed. they'll eat the grass and, you know, the muscadines, because there's also muscadines all over the edge of these woods as well. So we got this camera down in this corner over here, which I've stated on other videos, and we're gonna go pull it right now actually. But anyways, we got this camera down here. I mean, you can see they will eat it, obviously, but I don't know, maybe it's just like, I don't know. I have not seen a lot of deer in here in the cotton like you would if it was peanuts or soybean or something like that. You just don't see them in here as much, and you don't see as much obvious signs that they've been eating this stuff a lot. But I mean, a little flower right there, cool little thing. But yeah, you know, they definitely come through here. There's definitely movement and stuff, so you'll see a lot of tracks and all the sand and stuff around here. But we'll see what we got on this camera. Hopefully the batteries aren't dead on it, because I don't have enough batteries with me to replace all of these cameras. I honestly thought that I could stagger them out, but we're gonna find out. So I was walking by and I saw all this scratching and stuff, and this is exactly where a buck puts a scrape every year, right in that spot right there, or right here under this branch. And I don't know if it's turkeys doing this, or if I wouldn't think the bucks are starting to lay down scrapes. I mean, it's only August, but I'm thinking this is more turkeys coming in here and doing this. But I mean, there's a trail that comes out right here in these woods. And last year I put a tree stand up. I'm trying to figure, let's see, what tree was it? I want to say it was that one. There's like a tree right here that you can't really, you can sort of see the top right there where my finger is. But I put one up there shooting down over all of this, shooting right onto that scrape that was there last year. And I didn't see anything at that scrape, but out there in the middle, right where you see that hump and that rise, biggest buck of my life came out of those woods with a pack of dogs on it and ran right up across the top of that hump. And I was hunting with buckshot, because, you know, we hunt with shotguns down here. So I was like, you know, there's no point in taking a shot at it. The likelihood of me hitting it at that distance is pretty slim, so I didn't shoot. But I did enjoy watching that deer run by me going Mach 20. So anyways, alright, well, we will check with y'all in a minute once we get this camera card put in. Alright, so as expected, we actually have some pictures on this. Shocking. So the same day, we were there at 12 in the afternoon. We walked away. This was the last camera we checked on the 8th of August. It is now the 30th of August, so it's been a while. We walked away at 12:30ish, and at 2:13 we had 2 turkeys on the camera. So the turkeys are definitely out and moving. I don't see any beards. Looks like there's probably just a couple of hens. I'll show y'all. That's pretty cool. Oh, nope, hold on, 3 turkeys. There's one hidden by the tree that's laying down I couldn't see. Oh, Okay, so same day at 7 in the evening, have little old Bambi walking through. Alright, so I was going to check back with y'all at the swamp plot, but I got some really cool photos on this camera. So this is the first year I've had cameras out here at this farm, and it is so cool to see all of the... Sorry, I'm looking at all these freaking horseflies all over my truck. They're massive. Anyways, it's so cool to see all the different wildlife stuff. But one thing we've been consistently seeing is we've been seeing some bear. And I've never eaten bear. I've never even hunted bear. But I was like, you know what? If I could kill a bear with my bow this year, that would be so cool. So I've been keeping track of where this bear is at. And he showed up on camera. At 6 in the evening. Now I got a video of him just a couple minutes ago. He was coming through at night, and it was like 1 in the morning or something. But I mean, it's a pretty decent sized bear. I would 100% kill that bear, and if I get the chance to this year, I want to try to get that bear with my bow. I mean, I would shoot it with my gun too, but I'd like to try to kill it with my bow. That would be cool. But that was on the 17th. Alright, thought I'd show you all this cool little video. Got a little 8-point coming through here. Alright, so we're gonna go down here to the swamp plot and check the cameras, and then once we check the cameras, we'll go ahead and get the... Looks like turkeys have been in here too. We'll go ahead and get the mineral stuff that I got, and we'll put that out. Look at that big old... I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, that big old spider web right there. Yep. I don't want nothing to do with that guy. Anyways, spider webs in here are god awful this year. You need a little stick out in front of you and just clear the spider webs off. The only thing I don't like about hunting way down in here are how bad the freaking mosquitoes are in the swamp. I mean, these things will try to carry you off. Not gonna lie. They are pretty bad. Oh my god, I'll check back with y'all. Alright, sorry about that. I had to cut that short because the freaking mosquitoes are god awful down there. Lord have mercy. I definitely got to get a thermocell if I'm gonna come hunting in this spot until it gets super cold, because them things trying to carry me away. Alright, let's see if we got anything on this. No, yeah, we got a deer. Same day we were here, we got a deer coming through. Can't tell what it is, but we had one come through. Looks like a doe. Same doe came through the next day. Or at least it appears to be the same doe. Definitely looks a little spooked. We put a tree stand up and that doe's like, whoa. The picture literally, I don't know if you can see the deer, but the deer is right there. And that deer is staring at that tree stand like, where did you come from and what are you? So that's funny. a pretty good amount of pictures here, so I'm gonna look at these and we'll see what we got. Alright, I apologize ahead of time for the shaky footage, because this is gonna be me fighting for my life against these stupid mosquitoes out here, because they are absolutely terrible. What the? Alright, let's see, it's on. So, I'm hoping that captures. Alright, we're gonna undo this, punch a hole, and we are going to cover all of this area with this stuff, and that should be good. Alright, we'll see what comes in. I'll make sure this camera's working before I take off. Sorry. Alright, cool. Alright, catch y'all at the next spot. Alright, well, we are at another spot where I want to put some of this mineral stuff down. It's actually near this food plot that sort of been overtaken, overrun by this grass you see. So I know they're coming in here, which is why I want to put this here, because I mean there's obvious signs that they're in here, but I figure that if we give them, you know, like some type of minerals or something along that line, that it would give them a little bit better, I guess, reason to hang out in the area. I was gonna try to find like a dead log or something that I could pour this in. But you know, actually, thought about maybe pouring it in that hole, but it's pretty close to that tree stand. You know what? There's a dead log right here. And there's a trail right here too, so I could pour this all over here. Oh yeah. Get that all over. And then I'm gonna come and I'm gonna put a camera up in this area. Alright, so that's that. That's the end of this one. Right here, this is Wild Game Innovations. Oh, I found that hole. This is the premium deer attractant. So found it at Walmart. Comes in a 1 gallon can. I'll leave that there and we'll go put this other one out. So I changed my mind. Originally I was gonna put this over where that other camera is, but it just hit me that I didn't bring any batteries, so I'm going to have to wait until a later date. So I'm just gonna put this out right here in this area. This is the Dirt Bag by Evolved. It's dried molasses supposed to look like dirt and stuff. But anyways, it's supposed to be pretty crazy. Pretty good. Deer are supposed to really like it. So I'm gonna spread this out a little bit and just come put it over here in this little bare spot right here. This little indent. And I'm gonna try to get it in a couple different spots. You know, to get the deer in here. But this was a 5-pound bag, so it's supposed to last you a decent amount of time. But I don't know, we'll find out. This is the first I've ever used any of this. I'm gonna check to see if there's a spot over here. I wanted to put this maybe right on the edge of this field. Problem is I need to be able to get a shot with the bow. Oh. I think I'm just gonna go back over here. So anyways, this stuff is supposed to be really good attractant. It's supposed to have a very like strong odor. It's supposed to be like irresistible. I don't know. I've never used it, but I wanted to try it out. So I said, you know, why not? I'll give it a shot. If it works, great. I don't want to put it all back in the woods though. That's my only issue. I'm gonna go over here and put it. Alright, well, that's everything I got to put out today. I'm running a little bit behind on time, so I don't know if I'll be able to get to any scouting today, but I am sorry, I'm trying to get all the last bit of this I can get out. So yeah, I'm running a little bit behind on time, so I don't know if I'll get to any scouting today, but I am going to put up a camera in that general area, see what we get on those mineral sites that I just put out, and then we're probably gonna have to get on out of here. Alright guys, so I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Another episode of the 2025-26 deer season prep. Just a couple last minute things. Season starts October 4th here in Virginia, so trying to get all this done before like middle September, because come middle September I don't plan on coming in here until opening day of deer season, just to try to keep the human pressure and stuff down on the deer before the season starts. So hope y'all have enjoyed today's video, and please, if you feel free or feel so inclined, like, comment, subscribe. Helps the channel out and gives me more motivation to put more videos out for y'all. Any tips, tricks you have for mineral sites or anything like that, I've never done them before. This is a first. Please drop them down in the comments. I read every comment, even the not nice ones. But, you know, anyways, we'll see y'all on the next video I put out. Y'all have a good day.